Hello, everybody. Today I wanted to show off some of my old Python projects that I've had for a while. Um, so I started programming back in 2022. So I've been programming for about 2 years now, and I just want to go take a look at my projects from 2022, and I might make a video going over the projects from 2023. Uh, but essentially, my first programs was just this. A very simple program utilizing variables and lists, um, and that was it. I made another one here, um, and this one uses if statements. Uh, so, yeah. Then there was the version 1 of Atlas Game Chooser. I may notice these are not in actual text files or like Python script files. Back then, I just copied the code directly into Discord. So yeah, but as you can see, we got the Atlas Game Chooser. And you'll notice how we have an Atlas pool, a Atlas Games pool, Atlas Whistleblower pool, and a Atlas Games. There's no Atlas 2 boolean. Actually, in this case, it would be unnecessary, but these two are false, then there's Atlas 2. So this utilizes nested if. This utilizes variables, lists, if statements, if statements, and nested if statements. So as you can see, I'm learning quite quickly. This is, by the way, January 5th. This was how I was in January 4th, and this is January 5th. The i7 chooser is a bit more complicated, but it looks something like this. So, yeah. There's always these single choice to choose, and you know I've started using text files. But, yeah. This is extremely slow because I didn't know how the AND works. It worked the AND in statement and if statements. So yeah, version 1.1. I don't know what the difference is, but there's a change log. If you said was say please to start, okay, that's the only difference. Then the version 2 for the multiple choice script now uses AND in its if statements. Yeah, down here. Now use AND. That's all that has happened. It now uses AND, which makes the code look significantly cleaner. But still, you could improve it in other ways. So this was Quartz thing. This was just something where like X, Y, and Z that it would do. So here's an example of that. There's a bunch of elif statements, and this is the version 1.1. I think I just added a randomizer. That was it. Yeah, a randomizer. And then a random quartz order command. I don't actually know what that does, because I didn't comment the code here. And then this one made it run faster. This one you had a lot of elif statements, but this one, by putting if RB is false or true, you don't need to check it every time, which made it run significantly faster. 1.3 changelog pi plus minus multiply and divide. So now it's significantly larger, but as you can see, here you have it. So yeah, this is the fourth version, added random, which randomly generated ones. So oh wait, yeah, it randomly generated ones between 0 and 999,999. And then this is the test software. So first, bool was finally used for the longest time. Used as a variable for handling to determine if like I don't know, just like tell the program to run. But there's other ways to do that. I think if underscore name underscore is equal to string underscore main underscore. That's one way to do it. This one I think added math functionality. Yeah, oh my god. It added math functionality, holy shit. And the next one was just a simple calculator. Now look at this. This is how I used to name variables. Damn, I've come a long way. Wow. This is awful. But this was, I think, yeah, this was my first ever calculator. So, yeah, I don't actually think this version works. So we should have checked if it was this instance. But this is good enough when you're just starting out. And afterwards we check if the type is a string, and then we go print something, I think. This is the second one. Oh my god. I mean, just look at this. What is this? What are these variable names? Another version of it with even ing now, and pi, and some other stuff. Test software free. I mean, I'm not gonna go on what they do. Get pi, set pi. Why the fuck would you want to set pi? Exactly, doesn't make sense. Okay, setup, true, command list, true variable, int 1. Oh, I assumed this setup if I'm not wrong. Oh, there's functions now. I learned how functions worked here. Wow. So this was like, I think, a variable editor. That was all it was. Yeah, there isn't too much to go over here. I'm really good at spelling. It only gets words. Tets. Goddamn. Rand tets. The software for. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I also had a variable int list too, which just stored the names of them. After this, I would work on a time. I got help from somebody to help me make it, and it works. Then I think I added in a counter. Yeah, I added in different things. I added a timer and a counter, and that was it. And in 1.9, I just think I did. I also started giving variables proper names too. But essentially, what I would do is that I would try new things. So what happened is that you'd have the I don't exactly know what this one does. It's a special count, I assume, was what was added. I don't know what the special counter does compared to just the normal counter. But you know what? It's not so important. Oh yeah, 2.0. There's no change log anymore, so that's kind of annoying. I added in minute and hours, so now it displays the minute and hours. And seconds. So, yeah. And I fixed the bug. Yeah, that's all I really did. PyRapid randomizer. This is for TF2, isn't it? I think I made this. I don't even play TF2. Yeah, this is for TF2. I watch TF2 content, but I don't even play it because there's hats, weapon cosmetics, and backpacks in TF2. I don't even play TF2. Why do I have this? Minecraft names. What the fuck? But it was a randomizer. Oh, this is when I started experimenting with TK. Wow, I finally got into GUI development. And this is version 2. A lot of things has changed, but it was a cool project. This is version 3. A bit more stuff I think I added. And then this was like an open window program that would open new windows. This was window maker / open window program 2. That was all it was. And then we have a dice roller. This is just a dice roller. That's all it is. And then I had a PyCalculator GUI1, which, it made like a Python calculator GUI. I could certainly make it like 10 times better these days. So, yeah. Save to file. This would save to a file. I don't know what it would save though. Oh. It uses would open, so it doesn't use Turtle. My older programs, if I remember correctly, I think it was this one. No, they don't have Turtle imported. I assume that might be the full later. That might come later, but at some point I used Turtle. I guess I learned how to properly write files at some point. Because from here on, I would go on to properly learn how to write to files. This is version 1, added root.main loop. Why the fuck wasn't root.main loop there already to begin with? So I forgot to add root.main loop. It is right there, what do you mean? Oh, wait, no, this is the PyCalculator, this is the original. It didn't have that, this one had it. How the fuck did I test the code though? Bug fixes. Okay, I don't actually know what bugs it fixed. Oh, this is when I started working in GUI stuff. I have many, I think I have like 7 or 8 versions of this, but just look at the size. We went from 500 bytes, aka about 0.1 kilobytes to about 1.6 kilobytes. And then there's PyTest just for testing software. Oh yeah, there's TensorFlow. There's also PyTorch, Fire command line interface. There's no UIT. v0.1. Oh, I think this was once I started actually developing interpreters. So this is an early version of an interpreter I developed very early. You guys will see a lot of interpreters, I promise you. I don't know if you'll see any from 2022, but you will see a lot from 2023. So, yeah. This was a small, game I guess I made. I don't actually know what it contains, but I can download it really quickly. And then we can go take a look at it. Game name. Bin game.py config screen resolution. Why is it stored in a text file? Why didn't it make... Oh. Why is this space here? Oh, a new line, SD. Oh, save data. Let me click. Doesn't even work when I launch it. I guess I can't find the files. But if I extract this. Let me go up here, downloads. Okay, it did not extract it to the correct location. It did though, it's just all the way down here. I want to go look at the code. So this is the code. Oh shit. It would store the full paths. I even have OS imported. At least I learned what R strings was. Oh, this was before I used F strings as well. But yeah, I don't know if it actually does work. No, it should not. It probably does not work actually. I'll need to modify the paths. But yeah, and I don't know how many of these I have. Then another quartz thingy, and actually not much change here. I can show you this one, I think, as well. I won't show much from these ones because there honestly is not much, but as you can see, you have a settings that contains settings. You got some settings here. Main path XYZ menu. Just extract it into the downloads folder. I just want to take a look at the source code. Fuck, it's not here. There we go. I click edit. Oh, I would find. Oh, plus login. Damn. Hey, at least I would now get the login. That's nice. So, yeah. But this, again, this, like, you could set X, Y, Z, you could get X, Y, Z, you could do math with it. There was settings and so on. It was very fun developing these small projects. They never really went anywhere. Sadly, a thing that you should know to me is that I like to work on ambitious stuff. And stuff like this back when I was learning Python was very ambitious to me. Very ambitious to me. So, yeah, which is why already you saw some, something that looked like an interpreter here, because I wanted to make one. I wanted to do something more ambitious, but I didn't have the skill at the time to do so. What is this? Oh, a Lancaster. This is version 1 and it is 4 kilobytes. So this was clear the console. Don't know why I needed a function and couldn't just duplicate this code, but you know, yeah, that's actually a good question. but it would ask some questions. Why the fuck does we have a function to go to the next question? Why do we have a function for each of them? Really? Okay, this is a game. Play your... I never finished this. Pi RPG. I mean, don't think I ever got anywhere around this, but yeah. One day I will develop a text engine with you guys once I develop my 2D engine. Because I used to develop text engines before I moved on to something more ambitious. As I said, I love working on ambitious stuff. And if I'm not working on any ambitious stuff, I just don't find that to be super enjoyable. I like working on stuff that is challenging. And making a game engine is certainly challenging. Oh, this uses Colorama. And it uses Pathflip! Even though I like OS more because I don't know how to use Pathflip. I've tried many times, but I've never understood how to use it, so yeah. But you get the main menu. And later on I would go on to make a text engine. In fact, this is notes. Things that keyboard support. Keyboard module is terrible. For this kind of stuff. Saves, nothing. Config. There was the game color text. That was it. But yeah, pretty cool, right? So this was ambitious for me. At this point, I could develop something like this very quickly. But one day I'll make a text game engine. But I would continue to update this. I don't think I added any significant things to it. But there's going to be more later on. Whoa, it jumped from 2.5 to 6 kilobytes. I'll go take a look at that. But Pi programming lang too. When the fuck did I start working on a programming lang? Where the fuck did I do that? Oh yeah, it's this one. It's a new one, and I just... Oh no, it's here. Yeah, okay. So this was my first ever language. I thought it was a different one, but it'll come here later. This was my first language. I just wanted to take a look at the first one. Let's go with the first one first. This was actually my first one ever. My first ever time writing an actual interpreter. Go look at this shit. It's not gonna be a super large file. Okay. Oh shit, I know why it's so big. But yeah. This handles getting the file. These days I have a much better system for this. It's about the same length of... It takes about the same amount of lines, I think, but it's much better. I used to use this throughout most of my languages that I ever developed. When May right now? So this would be May. And then when we came to run, we would go loop through it. In this case, nowadays I would use while loops because it's much easier to go around in the file than it is in a for loop. So yeah, and then I would go print, and I would just duplicate code. In this case, you don't actually see the duplicate code, but yeah. And this I would no longer do because there's no reason to create this variable. In reality, you could have some function that could handle this for you. Instead of needing to call all of these functions, you could have like a get parameters function or something like that that would get parameters for you. So you could look through them and print them. So, yeah. But I think one of the things that you needed to do was that you needed to specify at the end how many parameters it used. So, in this case, this one has 6 parameters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one has 1. It was a requirement for this language. They just specified how many parameters there was. And the second one, Trust me, it's probably just mainly logic comments, to be honest with you. Nothing else. Let's see. Oh. Oh, yeah. I kind of want to show you guys this one. So if I go and I run this, path to file here, I think if I type search, well, it's fine. I'll just, oh, right, yeah, that's because it's to my desktop. But if I'm not wrong, this one should get me the correct version for test.txt. How the fuck can you find that file? Oh, I see. I've got a backslash for test.txt. Oh my god, I had to continue, really? Fuck it, I'll just duplicate this. There we go. Yeah, there you go. It would just continuously print 4. And oh, it would crash. Now it crashes. Wow. So, yeah. That's what happens when you run it. Before that, I don't think it would crash. And this was, I think, a cat that I created. Oh, you still have to specify parameters, but I'd added variables since then, so it did add something new, I guess. But just look at the comments. Okay, actually, it's not that bad. Trust me, the future projects will have way more fucking stuff here. But yeah, you gotta. Whoa. Oh my god. These days, I would probably put all of this into a function. And after that, I would pass all of these into that could run through this stuff. And after that, I would just loop through the arguments that it returned, that the function returned, and input the state mostly the same, really. Except, actually no, it's become significantly larger. I mean, variables are quite simple. There's probably some edge cases here, to be honest with you, but yeah. And exit just exits. If there's an error, it just. So, oh yeah, if it's true, but why the fuck do you then have this? This is pointless. But a lot of it is just duplicate code, actually, like this. Something that a like get args function or something could definitely fix. And this was before I learned how to use. I think before I learned how to use if statements. No, f strings. So yeah. Let's see. Well, if we go check something. Okay, so I got plenty of space, so we're good. I just needed to check that to make sure I had enough space for the whole video. So we're in May now, and RPG game 4, which I want to go take a look at. This was before I started working on I should remind you, this was before I started working on other stuff. So, oh, it's still here. Config, there's some more config, skip intro, items, it's stuck items. I think all of these are the ones, yeah, all of these. Oh, wait, no, skills list. Oh, so it contains the skills list, I guess. This contains the loaded inventory and loaded save. Items list, okay. Yeah, this was all there was here. For loaded save, what would be here? Save. Yeah. For the saves that would. Oh, this is for each separate save. The only save one actually contains something. And here you have the different save files, even though I don't know why you would want that. So yeah, but alright. Let's go take a look at this one. So yeah. Wait, keyboard was implemented. I guess I imported it when I implementing it, so yeah. What? Oh no. This is. My eyes. I gotta take a screenshot of this. Nah, man, this is terrible. Oh, this is even worse. Why? Could probably figure out a way to open multiple. You can't open multiple files with WidOpen, but you could certainly have not have like had deep paths be within a list or like something like that. While even just kept like the names of the files and then the path to it, instead of needing to keep the path for all of them. Like you could certainly optimize this code significantly. So instead of needing a billion variables, you could have one list. In fact, maybe dictionary would make more sense. You could have the path to the save be the key, or the save name, and then you could have a list with the first, with the save being the key, and then or the save being the key, and then afterwards the first item in the list would be the path to the save, and then the save, and the second would be the names of the save files. So this could have been significantly optimized. Certainly could have been significantly optimized. Also, yeah, the load game didn't work on that one, but there was a lot of stuff here. The game itself, you could move around and so on. It was pretty cool. I remember talking to my brother about this project. I said I was working on like an RPG in Python while we were playing Deep Rock Galactic. It's really been that long since I've played Deep Rock Galactic. It's been since the end of May of 2 years ago since I have played Deep Rock Galactic with them. I never finished skills or crests or yeah, I didn't finish a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff, but you can see how there was different mines and so on. There was also meant to be fighting mechanics too, turn-based fighting, I assume. And this is for the intro, and this is for the main menu, of course. New game variables here. Why you need to make be new game global is a good question. This should not be necessary since it's by default already going to be considered global. And why the fuck didn't they do it for any of these other ones? Is a real good question. I don't know. But you know what? Let's move on to Quartz thingy. I don't think I added anything significant to these ones. Oh, this is the third version. So we went from about 5 kilobytes to about 7. So 2 more kilobytes. And watch, like the comments is going to be crazy. I promise you. Going on this one. Okay, broken versions. I have infinite for. I assume this is an improved version of the fourth one. That contains significantly more. Yeah, I think this is an improved version of the fourth bug. So, yeah, I mean the text file's the same. It's just this is a more broken version of 4.py that I assume does not crash when you try to launch it. but we'll figure that out now. I'll just copy the path really quickly. See if it works. This is the improved version of the bug that might actually work. And you can't even type anything at all, but this one does not crash. Oh, as soon as you click it crashes. That's funny. Do I need to, so as soon as you click it just crashes the entire thing, I guess. Just go shut it down. Close. But this is just, I guess, the updated version of the compile. And oh, I have documentation. Why is it a Python file? Why isn't it an empty file or text file? Like you usually would want to have. But this is the documentation. So let's see. Wait. Is this one? Is that? Oh no. I don't think so. But yeah, you can see these are the 4 types that we have, and strings with spaces. So one of the hardest challenges that I used to face was implementing spaces. Spaces is one of the hardest things. Also, it's not a compiler; it's an interpreter. But one of the hardest things was implementing spaces. Because when you do spaces normally, you like the current interpreter that I just did not work well with spaces at all, due to the fact that it would split on spaces. So I had a special character which was the dash to handle spaces. And then I would have like a escape sequence for printing a dash. But printing was pretty simple. Yeah, it just went over everything pretty much. Variables, input. Oh, now you can set variables. No. Oh, yeah, I don't actually know what new stuff I had. Also, I just exit not need 0. And, oh. I don't think input needed it anymore. It's only print, I guess, due to it taking an infinite amount of arguments. This is the same thing as before, really. But honestly, what I'm mainly... Oh, look at this wall of comments. Goddamn. Yeah. This is for the print statement, guys. What? Wow. It takes up the entire screen. Wow. I mean, wow. No wonder it ran so fucking shit. I would have reduced this down to like 10 lines of code now. Oh my fucking god. Oh, and it still did not use F strings. God damn it. And input. Oh my fucking god. It just never ends. Damn. Now I understand why it's so much bigger. This was terrible fucking code, man. VX Python. I was looking into other GUI libraries for Python. We're halfway through. We're at June now. So, yeah, and this was when I started working on text engines, text game engines. Okay, so there's 2 versions. There's the GUI and the non-GUI one. I still want to make a text game engine with a proper GUI at some point. But the framework itself just has the framework.py and then our projects, which contains no projects because I think I used the GUI, which I never actually worked on. I never actually worked on the GUI version that had a proper GUI. But if we go inside here, this was the beginning. So here you could choose to create a new project, open a project, and here if you open a project, it would print the lists, and then you would have to select from one of them. And then you could change like the name of the game, you could change if it was an early access, and that was it. Again, very early version. I'll come back to like a later version once I was working on it. So yeah. But here's a slightly improved version. I think we'll look at 3.33 because it has a lot of changes over this year. Alright, so first of all, I still do not have any projects, but this is now 9 kilobytes. So I must have added something. Okay, we have a directory. Oh, I finally used. I used both OS and pathlib. Oh my god. And we have clear console. At least they take into consideration if it's using Linux or if it's in this is Windows, right? I think so. In Linux and Mac, it's just clear. Find main. Oh, this exit now too, I think, and open project. This doesn't look too bad. You have a edit project that would edit project settings, and that was it. Could edit a version and so on. There was open early 8. This was for I still heavily used global variables at that point. But I think this is for early access. Game name function, changing the oh yeah, okay. This was when you created the name the project. It would first go for game name function that would give it a name and a version, then determine if it was an early access. Then you could select from a template. So there was empty, basic, which just creates some config files and so on. And if basic, you would just have variables here. So for the creation of the project, I actually had a proper way of checking if it already exists. So that was good. But yeah. Then after the saves function, it creates the saves and no actual config files, just save files. And then creating the project files. This would create the project files right here. And this would create the project info file. And this would add code to script. So if you choose the basic template, it would just add some basic stuff to the project. And override project, obviously, just determine if you want to override the project or not. So yeah, the GUI framework still has not gotten the GUI version. No documentation either. So on what the different functions did. So yeah. Then there's Discord bots that I started working on, and Game Framework v4. Doesn't look like significant progress was made on it, but you know what? We'll take a look at Game Framework v6 or something like that. I think that's the latest one. But first, I want to take a look at Better Piling. See, this one is an improvement to piling, I think. In every way possible. So actually, I don't know if I have the Here we go. This is an improvement. Just look at test. Oh, it's empty. Wait, did I just... Oh. Okay, I just wrote the main function. That was all I did. Wow. I didn't even get started to work on it anyways. But yeah, we'll take a look at game framework then. 6. So let me download it. Let's see. Game framework. Yes. Oh, the GUI compiler, GUI, why the oh, both of them are still empty. But this framework, I assume, had some updates. Compiler. Oh, this would compile the projects. It would put them inside of AEXE using PyInstaller. That's all it would. So yeah, it would put them all inside of one file. And so your compiled projects here, and then you just have your projects over here. Well, I actually have one, so we can go take a look at. This contains the game info, the script itself, the config files. It did actually create game config as well, and saves. That was it. But what I'm mainly excited for is, what the fuck is this? Oh, this is if you have PyInstaller installed. But this is the actual framework. I don't think much has changed here. It seems to relatively still be the same, except I think yeah, this is one source. In the Better Pylang, I started using F strings, so these look way fucking better now, man. 10 times better. But I don't think there's any huge changes to this file. Oh my fucking god, what is this? Damn. Wow. But yeah, no major changes to that. So yeah. And then old Pylang. Okay, so this is actually when I backed up the first ever one that I made. I'll back up the first ever one that I made. So here's the first ever one that I made. It's called No Py No UI. And I used to store functions and variables in their own files, but essentially it is, if I go into the test.txt, this is it. Very unreadable code. So you would have the function, then on the next line you would have its parameters. In this case it should print x. And you could create variables and so on. Functions. Yeah, it was a hell of a fucking language, man. Wow. But yeah. Better Pylang 2. I think I'll take a look at the third one, just to see what things has changed. Let's see. Yes. And it has proper documentation now. Oh. Wait, oh yeah, oh, okay, you got documentation. So let's just look for the documentation for the time being. One thing that I noticed is you no longer need to specify how many arguments it has. I fixed that problem. This is the first language with if statements. Actually, I think my CPL programming language was actually it was actually the first one to have if statements, but I think this language was the first ever I actually worked on the if statements, and this just goes to and you could even write, actually no, this might be the first one when I started working if statements and writing to files. Since then I've never actually managed to get further with developing an interpreter than this. So yeah. And if we just go on the beta piling, you will notice not much really. Again, why is this using why is this using Pathlive and the other one is using OS? Doesn't really make any sense. But oh wow, print has been whoa, print is so short now. Same with var and input. I really fixed those functions, didn't I? Said there's really short function call if okay, if it's fucking long file, yeah, go to and exit. Also, I think this is when I started using while loops instead. Yeah, have you seen this shit, bro? What is the point of all of these variables? Why would I need to store the length of them? But yeah, first time I started using while loops. So yeah. Pygames, this was just a collection of games that I think I found online. Morslang, just Morse code language. It's just a duplication of Beta Pylang, if I remember correctly. And this was end of school 2022 when I backed up everything that I worked on. So yeah, Discord bot school backup. Oh, this is more school backup stuff. Oh yeah, I made this keylogger. It's extremely shit, but it logs your keys whenever you type. Like, really, that's all it does. I can launch it, and you'll notice how I press R and then I press enter and it logs. It's extremely shit because you need to press enter and it'll print anything that you type, really. I think you can understand that it's just a for loop that loops for whatever you type in the console and then it prints it. It's not really a keylogger. Scam simulator. I think this was the first actual project that I made that used the engine framework that I spent so long building. No, it uses its completely own version. But yeah, you got like hints, objectives, settings, content, nothing here, saves, save files. But yeah, no, this instead of using the existing framework that I spent so long on, it just completely remakes its own framework. God damn. Oh, this is all it contains. I would start working on a different project soon if I remember it. Some button tests, Langus, TK, this text game that I made. I don't exactly know what the fuck this was. Better keylogger. This one is an improvement to the last one. It still is just a for loop though, but it's an improvement compared to the last one. So also it had settings. So this count, which I believe that just shows like the count, and that's it. So yeah. If you set this one to false, then I am certain that now if we reboot it, count false, it will no longer count them. So it's essentially just like the old one. But yeah, pretty cool. Again, just a for loop. That's all it is. So yeah. Terminal tables. Yeah, I ended up creating, I think, my own version of this. Box drawing. Yeah, using box drawing characters. Yeah, here we go. This was when I started using this in July of 2022. And this was a programming module. Oh shit, so much. This would basically be like an intermediate language between like the Python code and the and the like an intermediate language between Python, the language, and this. So yeah, but it's extremely shit. Also, it makes it slower because now it has to be interpreted by like 3 different languages. And this is the new version of the editor, which I made on a Mac. So yeah, it just contains improvements to the existing one. I think, if I remember correctly, this is the one that downloads, that uses Turtle. No, it does not. What is this? Did I? Oh yeah. For them to appear in the folder, I had to use Python scripts. But no, I have a version of this that I made on Mac that used Turtle. Actually no, not Turtle. It was I forgot what it was called, but yeah, it used something like that to do that. Pygame, that was when I learned about it, and PreEngine was essentially just you can imagine PreEngine as being a text game engine. I don't actually know if I still have it on Mega. Oh fuck, I'm not logged in. Let me open Firefox. I'm logged in on Firefox. No. Mega. I might still have PreEngine around here if I remember correctly. Shut up. PreEngine. I don't think I have it around any. Oh yeah, Python stuff. Here we go. It has CV Engine. That's it. I don't think CV Engine is the one that I'm searching for. Do I have other things here? Apparently not. I guess I deleted the old ones then. Well, I mean, we might as well just. Oh wait, this is from 2023, so it's new. But yeah, it does contain some from 2022. Chris app that Indian I couldn't figure out how to properly use, so yeah. Oh, Set Engine. Game Engine, the complete edition, which I cancelled. I can show you guys this. It's very large, but it contains 2 versions, the Turtle version and the TK version. So I don't actually know how long I got on this project, but the Turtle version has the engine test images and so on. Oh, this is when I started using Git. When was this? Oh wait, when 2023. Yeah, okay. So I can't actually show you more right now. Because next up, from 2023 onwards, a majority of my projects were going to be made in we're going to be on GitHub. So yeah, in 2023 I started using GitHub to store my projects instead of Discord. So all of my projects from 2023 onwards, or at least the vast majority of them, are on GitHub. So I'll have to check them out on GitHub. But I will continue with this series for 2023 at some other point. If I'll ever get around to making one, because I have a lot of projects from 2023 as well. Many projects. Although at this point I stopped using this to store projects and started using GitHub instead. So yeah, you guys will get to learn about many of my old projects that I have on GitHub. if you go to my repo. These are just many of my newer ones, but if you go to like the really old ones that I've had, here we go. We will be going through many of these. Some of these that I've not really been super active with, but yeah, some of these are more recent, and I won't go over all of these. I'll go over some of them. There's going to be a lot of instead of it just being Python in 2023, I also learned C# and C++ too. So I learned 3 different languages plus GDScript too. So yeah, I learned many different languages in 2023. We'll go over all of these projects from 2023. And there's a lot of OpenGL projects too, so yeah. But anyways, I guess I'll see you. This ended up being an hour long. I thought this was going to take like 30-40 minutes, but probably an hour. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I make the 2023 version. I hope it won't end up taking an hour, but I don't think I have nearly as many projects to show off as did in 2022, because a majority of that time was just projects where I was meant to learn new stuff. So yeah, but 2023 I actually started working on some projects. I wasn't jumping around to new projects as much. Before that I was jumping to a new project every couple of weeks. So yeah. But I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.